Welcome to our 2023 Wildwood 42 FLDL. Starting right in the back center here, we have your cable and satellite inlet. Coax cable just plugs into the respective ports, fires up your TV location. In this corner, as well as each corner of the trailer, you got a stabilizer jack. All they do is they run down, contact the ground, give it another turner, sort of firm it up. And that'll get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you may have in the unit while you're out camping. Also help keep things level. The storage compartment here, as you open that up, has a magnetic latch there, hold it for you. Inside of here, you'll find this little jack there, just connecting to all of your stabilizers to run them up and down. You'll also find your water hose here. Inside of that water hose, you find your park adapter. So your 30 amp cord into that, 15 amp to a standard household outlet. I'll go into that a bit more in just a second here. You'll also find your sewer hose in here. That sewer hose does have this adapter on it with those two ears there. Just take note of those because that's how we'll be hooking it up to your sewer system. And the hose itself, once fully extended, is about 20 feet long. Couple of steps forward, get your exterior shower up top here. So you get a key just like this guy here. You can stick it on into there, open it up. Standard 3-foot hose with the standard head, hot and cold water. So if you got the dog out getting muddy, you can spray him off before he gets inside. Once you're done, just kind of closing it down, locking it up. Down from there, you get your shore cord inlet. So as you pop that off, you're gonna find a little metal tab in the bottom corner. It's gonna line up with this metal tab there. Press those in together, little eighth turn will kind of lock it into place. Then you get the threaded collar in the back there to properly lock it down. As you follow the cord back, you're going to find a standard 50 amp end here. Now most camps, or some campsites will have that, some won't. So we do provide you with this adapter here as well to take that 50 down to a 30 amp. So this 30 amp is going to be more common. A lot more campsites will have that for you. And that's where we give you that adapter there for the 30 down to a 15. So if you're plugged in at home, you can still charge your batteries. Alright, just plug in straight on in, simple as that. Down underneath here, the sewer outlet in the far back here is going to be for your washer and dryer. So if you were to have those installed down the road, this is where your outlet would be. There is no gate valve here and there is no tank either. So if you were to run that, you just have that wide open and just let it flush out as it goes. The freshwater tank drain right back here, that little white. So as you pull that over, just drains out the freshwater tank. Right here is going to be your sewer system for your kitchen, or sorry, for your bathroom. So that cap there, as you turn it, you can pop it out. See, it's got the same ears on it that your sewer hose had. It'll attach the same way, pressing it in, giving it that turn until it locks down. On the left is your gray valve, on the right is your black. Black valve's controlling your black tank. Black tank is filled from your toilet, so it's of course going to be your dirtiest water, so we'll dump that first. Once that's done, you can then come to the gray. Gray tank is going to be filled from your sinks as well as your shower, so your bathroom sink and your shower. Typically cleaner water, we'll dump that last to help keep that sewer hose as clean as possible. There's another sewer outlet right towards the front there. That's going to be referred to inside as your galley tank. That is filled from your kitchen sink. Up from there is your black tank flush. So you may notice over time after having gone and dumped your black tank, your monitor panel is still reading 1/3 to 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically just some debris inside of the tank hanging between the probes. So what you'll do is take your water hose and plug it into there, open up that black valve, turn on the water, and that'll just flush out that tank for you, getting rid of any sort of debris that could be causing that issue. Hot water tank right beside it. You get that little keyway there, you can line it up and you pop it on out. Two little posts in the bottom there just to line up and hold the bottom in place. Turning it on with electricity, you just get that little switch down there, fire that up and turns it on with electricity. Turning it on with propane is a switch just inside the unit. Before turning it on with either source, we just want to hit that relief valve right there. You should be getting some water out. If you're not getting any water out, there's a chance that it's empty. At that point, you just want to make sure this tank is with all your water turned on and your tank filled up just before you fire it up so that you're not running the risk of burning out your elements. Once you're done, just line up those two bottom posts, lock it with the keyway. Freshwater inlet right there, water hose will plug into there, turn on the water, and it fills up the freshwater tank. You know that tank is full once it starts spitting water out of that vent there. City water connection below it, water hose plugs into there, turn on the water, and that'll pressurize the lines throughout the unit. Exhaust for your furnace. If you're ever running your furnace, you just want to make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. When you slide out here, you're going to find that little stove vent there. So you can see it's currently opened up, so it's allowing your fan to evacuate any sort of fumes or smoke, whatever. Once you're going traveling, you just want to make sure it's pressed into place. It'll kind of click in, prevent any dust from knocking up in there. There's the front stabilizer jack. Across the front of the unit, you do get a little battery disconnect switch. So it's that little white box up on the unit here. You get this red key with that pointed up. That's it turned on. Turn it all the way out, and that's it then turned off. The battery itself is housed inside of this box right here. So as long as you're plugged into that short cord in the back or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery's charging for you. These knobs, if we loosen them off and push them back, you get access to your propane tanks. You can pull this right off. And that way I can show you that changeover in the back here. So it's currently green, pointing over to this tank. So it's letting us know we've got propane in the system and they're running off of this tank. If it were to go red while you've got this tank open, it's just letting you know that tank's now empty. At that point, just flip over to the other tank, run off of that one while you get the other one filled. Standard tongue jack in the front, one way's up, other way's down. Going come down this side of the unit, get your patio door entrance here, all lockable from the inside. Get your 2 exterior speakers here, one by the 2 doors there. Cable and satellite outlets, as well as your power outlet. So if you want TV outside, you got the power to do so. Now we'll come into this bedroom entrance here. You get that little T-latch. It's slip into here, just holds the door open for you. For your steps, you're just gonna grab that bottom step, up and out, flip that last step over. As you come up in here, the light switch is just right up on the wall there. And we can come through the door and down the hallway. Right by the stairwell here, we got this light switch, turns on the stairwell as well as our hallway lights. And then right down here, you get to our main switches. So right down in the bottom center is our ceiling light. You turn that on, turns on this little dimmer switch. As you press that, it'll turn on all your lights. Press and hold, and that'll dim them down. Continue holding, and that'll dim them back up. Release at any point just to choose that level of lighting. Up top here is another little light. Press that little center push button that fires it up. And then we can see what we're doing here. So on the bottom right, we got our slide out switch. So as you press and hold out, your slides will make their way out. Typically it's gonna go bedroom, kitchen, and then living room here. So just because we're kind of limited for space in the shop here, I'm gonna try and prevent this one slide from opening up all the way. So once you were extended out all the way with your slides, you basically see your lights dim down a bit. You'd kind of hear the load on the hydraulic motor. They are hydraulic slides, so the 3 of them are tied all into this one switch. Outside speakers, they do have little blue lights in them. Turn them on with that little switch there. This light switch there is going to be your awning light switch outside. Then your water heater, turning it on with propane, is just this switch here. You turn that on, get that little red light there, letting you know that the ignition sequence will start. Once that sequence is started, that light's gonna go out. It's gonna try that 3 times. If after the 3rd try it hasn't fired up, that light's gonna come on and stay on. At that point, just off and back on to reset it. So there we go, it's fired up. Water pump switch on the far left there. So you turn that on, just turns on your water pump, drawing out of your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. On our systems up top, on the far left, you get your battery. So you can see we're currently full, so that'd be charging voltage. Fresh tank, as you fill that up, will go to 1/3, 2/3 and full. Black 1 is what is connected, so you can see that's currently empty. Black 2 is not hooked up. Gray tank is for your bathroom sink and shower. Galley tank is for your kitchen sink. Bit of storage kind of up from there. And in here, you're gonna find that binder. That binder's got all of your owner's manuals, any remotes, any keys, anything like that for this unit, you're gonna find right in there. Storage down underneath it all. In here, you're gonna have that drain on the left side, so just keep that in mind. This valve on the right side here is for your ice maker and your fridge. Fridge itself, pretty straightforward, it's household, so as long as you're plugged in, this guy's going for you. Right on the end of the island here is that little light switch, turns on that accent light. Then into the kitchen, you get your storage up top. Microwave here, pretty straightforward. You do also get the light and the vent. So this is that vent that you want turned on with that flap outside opened up. For the stove, you're gonna press those knobs in, turn them over to that little blue flame, hit the igniter, and then if you release right away, you can see the flame just goes out. So you just gotta hold that in for another couple of seconds, turn it over to high, and it'll usually hold itself. Usually the center one's the most finicky. Once you're done, just turn it all off. For the oven, just flip it on open. Get the knob on the left side there. You're gonna press it in over that little kind of bolt there. Press and hold, and you can see that automatic igniter gets going. And then that pilot light gets going in the back there. Once you have it going, you just turn it up to your desired temperature, and she'll fire right up. Once you're done, you can turn it back down just to pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for you. But if you're traveling, you just want to make sure it's turned right off. Timer on the right side there just reads out in the digital screen. Little light up top here, as well as a bunch of storage here. All your drawer space. In the island, same kind of idea. You get your folding sink under there, hot and cold water, removable head with the shower head feature. And then just kind of your open storage. Just being mindful of your drains and your water lines in the middle there. In the pantry, wide open. You get the little garbage bin in the bottom there. Little accent light underneath your fireplace. Fireplace itself, power button on the right side. Center right, you have that back illumination color. In the center is your bottom illumination. Center left, you have your temp, so you get low and high. And far left, you get a timer of 30 minutes up to 9 hours. Power button, turn it back off. Stereo, pretty straightforward. Power button there, select to get through any of your settings. Mode to get through all of your inputs. Volume controls, and then speaker set 1 is your sound bar itself. Zone 2 is your outside set. TV all hooked up, ready to go. It is on a mount, I believe. It does pull out. Storage up top. Across the front here, you've got a pull-out bed. So basically all you'd be doing is you'd be taking your back cushions here, throw them off to the side. As you pick up the base here, you can just kind of see these legs here that would fold down. You'd flip this all the way out. These would be then the foot of your bed. That back piece will then fold down. I just can't do it today because of our limitation for space. The blinds throughout the unit just sit where you leave them, so as you snap them down, they'll run their way up. Okay. Once they're where you like them, just kind of give them that little touch. Simple as that. In the slide out here, you have your recliners. Right in the center, there's a little bit of storage. You pull tabs for the recliners just on the edges. Right in the center, here's a couple of light switches. Just turn on the respective lights. In the dinette, you can see you just got the loose table and chairs, all on straps. So if you're traveling, do just make sure they're strapped down. For your patio door here, you get that one little lock there. Just undo lock, slide it on open. This lock here slides up. Then you get your assist handle. It's just up 90 degrees and then it'll fall into place again. And right behind us here, you get that big switch to turn that on. Turns on your ceiling fan. Right down underneath it, light switch on the left there does your pendant lights above your island there, and the one on the right does accent lights above your slides. Thermostat, press that bottom bar to wake it up. It'll then come into fan low, so it's of course just a low fan moving some air, high fan moving some air. Cool high, it's got the compressor going to be in and out as needed. High fan all the time. Cool low, low fan all the time. Compressor in and out as needed. Temp selection just your arrows there at any point. Cool low auto, on-demand system. Both the compressor and the fan will come in and out as needed. Now, same idea, just now it's using the high fan. After that, you come down into heat. It'll turn off the air conditioner, turn on your furnace. Furnace is moving its air through all your floor registers. And your air conditioner is moving its air through, well, either your ceiling ducts or it's just dumping it. So we'll kind of give you a look at that here real quick. So you can see on either end, there's that little slider there. If you just slide that, you can open up those louvers. If you have those louvers open, the air conditioner will just be dumping all of its air into the living space here. Once you're done cooling off the air as quickly as you can then slide those louvers shut and it'll use all of the ceiling ducting to move the air. Down to the bathroom here. Right side there, you get your light switch, hot and cold water at the sink, of course. Little towel holder there as well. G5 protected outlet on the left side, test on the left, reset in the center. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Hot and cold water in the shower, of course, and you also get the stainless head with the deluxe hose. A little bit of storage space back here. That's a return air grill for your furnace. So that's kind of what we're hearing right now is just that furnace fan. Toilet clips on open, you get your flusher on the right side. Straight up the wall from there, you'll find your ceiling vent control. So if you have it off, you cannot open or close. You got to turn that on first, and then you can open it up. If you kind of look through the grills there, you can just kind of see whenever it's opened or closed all the way. Your awning switch here, so press and hold extend and that awning will make its way out. Once that awning's fully extended, we're going to see a little black flap come down as well as the black of the metal tube. Once you see that, you're going to stop. If you're to continue extending, it can actually wind itself up backwards, in which case your fabric would be underneath the tube, allowing it to then hold water, accelerating the growth of mold and mildew. So there's our flap, and there's the tube, so we'll stop right there. Now if it were to start raining, it's of course going to hold some water anyways. What you can do is grab either arm, front or rear. For this part you will want the ladder. You just grab this arm, pull it straight down. Then you can see that changes the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. Now if you like that angle better because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm up front. That one you can access off of your front stairs. Before you bring it back in though, you just want to make sure these arms are back out straight and fully extended, just so you're not running the risk of bending them. press and hold the track, the awning will make its way back in. Again, you're just going to watch to make sure that your fabric's over top of the tube. And the last thing to keep in mind with your awning is it does catch a lot of wind, so once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in, again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. Right in your bottom step there is your central vac system. So on the left side you get your power switch, and then on the right side here's just your slider. Hose would insert into there. Pull that tab on the right over, you get access to the little bag. This is a dust pan eliminator, so basically you can sweep up all your dust over here. As you flip it up, it'll suck up the dust into the vacuum. And as we come upstairs, you're gonna find that little furnace outlet right there. And then up from there, you got the light switch for our right side here. This emergency exit, you're pulling that red tab to get rid of your screen. Take this handle here, throw it outside, hop on out. Up top here, you do have your TV backer location right there. So you do get the power outlet, cable and satellite outlet there as well. Of course, the little blinds all the way around and some storage space there with an outlet as well as a USB outlet. And then coming over to the other side here, light switch is just over on the left side. Same emergency exit there, power outlets as well as USB outlets. Another emergency exit. TV backer location as well as your pre-wire for Wi-Fi. And then just in the little storage space here. Here I can also give you a slightly better look at these little louvers that I was talking about. So just that little slider there, just to open and close that louver. Simple as that. And now lastly, we'll just make our way into that back bedroom. As you get in here, right up on the wall, cable and satellite outlet on top, antenna outlet in the bottom. Turning that antenna on, just hit that button there. It will also help clear up your stereo signal. All your drawer space here. And then your converter. So you just press the top and center, it'll pop on open. All of your breakers on the top there. Whenever a breaker breaks, it sits in the middle, so just turn it off and then back on to reset it. All of your fuses are on the right side. Whenever a fuse pops, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. Emergency exit in the back. Pull these two red handles up, flip the whole window out. Pick up the foot of your bed, you do get access to that rear storage compartment. And then in the head of your bed, you do get little reading lights on either side. Just got their own little switches there. They do kind of move around. You can point them where you like them. One in the middle is just in its own center push button. And then just open storage across the top. Then your closet space here. So this is where you are prepped for washer and dryer. Inside of there, you're also going to find those hoses for your central vac system. More closet space, as well as, so that hose is actually your exterior shower. If you're looking to winterize the unit yourself once it comes time, if you just pull this drawer out right in the back corner, you're going to find your water pump as well as the access to your hot water tank bypass valves. And now lastly, just go over your thermostat here. So it works the exact same as the one in the front, just minus heat. So you get all of your controls there, exact same as up front, just skips heat and comes to off. This thermostat operates just that rear air conditioner that I showed you upstairs, whereas the front thermostat operates that front thermostat. All right. Now the last things for real this time is going to be smoke detector, and then your LP detector, which is right over here. It's propane safe in air, sits on the floor. That guy detects it and starts going off just like your smoke detector would. So that's it for this unit. If you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.